In the fast-paced world of merchant services, independent sales organizations, or ISOs, are the vital link between businesses and payment processing. These organizations play a crucial role in ensuring that transactions are seamless and efficient, bridging the gap between merchants and the complex world of payment systems. Small ISOs, in particular, rely heavily on a strong leader to guide their operations. These leaders are the backbone of the organization, ensuring that every aspect of the business runs smoothly and efficiently. This is where the Chief Operating Officer, or COO, steps in, acting as the driving force behind the company's success. The COO is responsible for translating the company's vision into actionable strategies and ensuring that these strategies are executed flawlessly. Think of the COO as the heartbeat of the ISO, ensuring everything runs smoothly and efficiently. They are the ones who keep the wheels turning, making sure that every department is aligned and working towards the same goals. In a small ISO with a tight-knit team of 5, the COO's role is multifaceted and crucial. They wear many hats, from overseeing daily operations to engaging with team members and fostering a collaborative environment. They are not just an executive, but also a mentor, a problem solver, and a strategic thinker. Their ability to guide and inspire their team is essential for the organization's success. Their leadership and vision are paramount in navigating the competitive landscape of the payments industry. They must stay ahead of industry trends and ensure that the company is always one step ahead of the competition. The COO's ability to wear multiple hats, from managing daily operations to fostering a positive work environment, is essential for the ISO's growth and sustainability. Their role is not just about maintaining the status quo, but about driving the company forward, ensuring long-term success and stability. The COO's role is a unique blend of strategic planning and hands-on execution. They need to be able to see the big picture, setting long-term goals, while also being detail-oriented and involved in the day-to-day operations. This balance is crucial for small ISOs, where the COO is directly involved in almost every aspect of the business. On one hand, the COO develops and implements operational strategies to achieve the company's goals. This includes analyzing market trends, identifying new opportunities, and streamlining internal processes for maximum efficiency. On the other hand, they are also responsible for the execution of these strategies. This involves overseeing daily operations, managing budgets, and ensuring the team has the resources and support to succeed. The COO's responsibilities are diverse and demanding. They are the glue that holds the ISO together, ensuring all departments work in sync to achieve common objectives. 3 core areas define their responsibilities: operational management, compliance and risk management, and vendor relationship management. Firstly, operational management involves overseeing the day-to-day running of the ISO. This includes managing sales pipelines, ensuring timely processing of merchant applications, and providing excellent customer service. Secondly, compliance and risk management are paramount in the highly regulated merchant services industry. The COO is responsible for staying up to date with industry regulations, implementing robust compliance measures, and mitigating potential risks to the business. No 2 days are the same for a COO in a small ISO. Each day brings its own set of unique challenges and opportunities. Their schedule is a dynamic mix of planned meetings, urgent tasks, and unexpected challenges. Flexibility and adaptability are key traits for success in this role. However, some common threads run through their daily routine, highlighting the hands-on nature of the role. The ability to multitask and prioritize effectively is essential. The day often begins with team check-ins, ensuring everyone is aligned on priorities and addressing any immediate concerns. These meetings set the tone for the day and foster a collaborative environment. Monitoring key performance indicators, or KPIs, is crucial for tracking progress towards goals and identifying areas for improvement. This data-driven approach helps in making informed decisions. Throughout the day, the COO might be involved in client calls, addressing service issues, or negotiating new partnerships. These interactions are vital for maintaining strong relationships and driving business growth. Furthermore, they are responsible for maintaining a pulse on the industry, constantly learning about new technologies and trends that could impact the business. Staying informed ensures the company remains competitive and innovative. To excel as a COO in the dynamic world of merchant services, certain skills and competencies are essential. These skills go beyond industry knowledge and delve into the realm of leadership, communication, and problem-solving. Strong leadership skills are paramount. The COO must be able to inspire and motivate their team, fostering a collaborative and results-oriented environment. Excellent communication skills are also crucial, whether it's conveying complex information to team members, negotiating with vendors, or building relationships with clients. The COO's impact on a small ISO's growth is significant and multifaceted. They play a crucial role in shaping the company's future by aligning operational strategies with the overall business goals. They are not merely responsible for maintaining the status quo, but also for driving the company forward, exploring new avenues for expansion, and ensuring its long-term sustainability. This involves a deep understanding of market trends and the ability to pivot quickly in response to changes. By implementing efficient operational strategies, the COO can optimize resource allocation, streamline processes, and enhance productivity, directly contributing to increased profitability. This includes leveraging technology to automate routine tasks and improve overall efficiency. Their keen eye for identifying new market opportunities and forging strategic partnerships can open doors to new revenue streams and expand the ISO's reach. These partnerships can lead to innovative solutions and services that set the company apart from its competitors. Furthermore, by fostering a culture of innovation and continuous improvement, the COO empowers the team to adapt to the ever-evolving payments landscape and stay ahead of the competition. This culture encourages employees to think creatively and take calculated risks, driving the company towards sustained growth and success. In the merchant services ecosystem, vendor relationships are crucial for an ISO's success. The COO plays a pivotal role in managing these relationships, ensuring seamless integration of services, negotiating favorable terms, and maximizing value for the ISO. Building strong relationships with payment processors, technology providers, and other vendors is essential for securing competitive pricing, accessing cutting-edge solutions, and providing a comprehensive suite of services to merchants. The COO's ability to negotiate effectively, build rapport, and maintain open lines of communication is crucial for nurturing these partnerships and leveraging them for mutual benefit. The payments industry is constantly evolving, with new technologies, regulations, and competitive pressures emerging regularly. For a COO to effectively lead a small ISO, continuous learning is not just an option, it's a necessity. Staying abreast of the latest trends in payment processing, cybersecurity, and regulatory compliance is essential for making informed decisions that impact the ISO's future. The COO should actively seek out industry publications, attend conferences, and participate in online forums to stay informed about emerging technologies and best practices. While operational efficiency and strategic planning are crucial, the COO's role extends beyond numbers and processes. Building a strong team culture is equally important, especially in a small ISO where each individual's contribution is magnified. Fostering a positive and supportive work environment where every team member feels valued, heard, and empowered to contribute their best work is essential. The COO should lead by example, demonstrating strong work ethic, integrity, and a commitment to excellence, inspiring the same in their team. Regular team-building activities, open communication channels, and recognition of individual achievements contribute to a cohesive and motivated team. Ready to lead? Key takeaways for aspiring COOs. The role of a COO in a small ISO is demanding, multifaceted, and ultimately incredibly rewarding. It's about more than just managing operations. It's about leading a team, driving growth, and shaping the future of the company. Aspiring COOs should embrace the blend of strategic thinking and hands-on execution, constantly seek opportunities for growth, and never underestimate the power of building a strong team culture. The merchant services industry is ripe with opportunity, and with the right skills and dedication, you can lead your ISO to new heights of success.
Since we're talking about a lean team, process documentation is especially important. When starting from scratch, begin by mapping out workflows for each operational area. Think merchant onboarding, customer support, and compliance checks. Flowcharts and checklists are fantastic tools here. They make processes repeatable and eliminate guesswork, which helps maintain a high standard of quality. Plus, with clear documentation, your team has a resource to reference, which is crucial in a fast-paced environment. And as COO, you'll always be looking to refine these workflows, using lean practices and gathering feedback from your team. Now let's dive into PCI DSS compliance. In merchant services, compliance is mission critical. As COO, you're responsible for overseeing your company's compliance strategy. Implement secure PCI-compliant technology, such as point-to-point encryption and tokenization, to limit the exposure of cardholder data. This also helps reduce the scope of your PCI DSS compliance. Perform regular security checks and complete the PCI SAQ annually to ensure that data protection protocols are maintained. To make compliance easier, consider using governance tools to automate security monitoring and document access controls. This helps you maintain a proactive stance on data security. Measuring your success as a COO involves tracking specific metrics. Merchant onboarding time, customer satisfaction rates, and vendor SLA compliance are key performance indicators that help you understand how well operations are running. For example, shorter onboarding times mean streamlined workflows, while high customer satisfaction scores show that your support processes are effective. And a clean PCI compliance record? That means you're protecting data while reducing the risk of costly penalties. Remember, successful COOs in this industry aren't just focused on today's operations. They're thinking ahead, setting strategic goals. Challenges and considerations for small teams. Operating in a small ISO has unique challenges. Resource constraints mean that the COO often wears many hats, actively involved in operations as well as strategy. Your team's small size also heightens the importance of PCI compliance, making it essential that everyone adheres to security protocols. And with a high dependency on vendors, monitoring your MSPs is crucial. Closing segment, final takeaways. To wrap things up, as a COO in a small ISO, your role is both strategic and hands-on. From process documentation and team training to managing compliance and monitoring KPIs, your leadership sets the stage for operational excellence and growth. Focus on building clear, repeatable processes, prioritize compliance, and always look for ways to streamline daily operations. By mastering these elements, you're setting up your ISO for sustainable success in a competitive merchant services market. Thanks for tuning into our COO training series. Stay tuned for more insights on leading operations in merchant services. And if you found this episode valuable, Scene 6, outro music and fade out. Welcome back to our leadership series. Today, we're focusing on how you can become a better Chief Operating Officer. As a COO, your role is dynamic, high stakes, and essential to driving growth. So, whether you're a new COO or a seasoned executive looking to sharpen your skills, this episode is packed with practical strategies to help you lead with confidence and efficiency. The first step to becoming a better COO is to master the ins and outs of your company's operations. This isn't just about understanding the workflow, it's about knowing every process, every metric, and every challenge that affects daily performance. Spend time with each team, dive into their workflows, and ask questions about where they face bottlenecks or recurring issues. The better you know the details, the more equipped you'll be to identify opportunities for improvement. Mastery also means staying updated on industry standards and compliance, particularly if you're in highly regulated fields like payments or finance. Quick tip: set aside time weekly to review core metrics across departments. Not only does this keep you informed, but it also positions you to lead by example. Next, let's talk about processes. To be an effective COO, you need clear, documented processes for every part of the operation. When processes are documented, they're repeatable. This improves team efficiency and allows you to scale your operations. Start by mapping out current workflows and identifying areas that need improvement. Use tools like flowcharts or process mapping software to make these workflows visual. It's one thing to know the process in theory, it's another to have it visually structured and accessible to the team. Also, remember that documentation is a living process. Regularly revisit and refine workflows as your team grows or as new technology becomes available. Continuous improvement is key to operational success. A great COO doesn't just manage tasks, they build a culture. And two elements that every successful COO culture has: accountability and collaboration. Set clear expectations for your team and empower them to own their responsibilities. When people feel accountable for their work, they take pride in their contributions and tend to perform at a higher level. But accountability needs collaboration too. Encourage cross-departmental communication and set up regular check-ins to foster teamwork. When teams collaborate, it breaks down silos, improves efficiency, and leads to more innovative solutions. To make informed choices, the best COOs rely on data. Use key performance indicators or KPIs to measure the health of your operations, whether it's onboarding time, customer satisfaction, or compliance scores. Being data-driven means you're not making decisions based on gut feeling alone. Start with KPIs that align with your company's goals and review these metrics regularly. Are there patterns emerging? Are certain processes slowing down? Be proactive about analyzing trends. For example, if onboarding times are consistently long, dig into the data to understand why and work with the team to find a solution. Data-driven decisions lead to more precise actions and measurable results. In many industries, especially merchant services, vendor relationships are critical. MSPs, technology providers, and payment processors are all part of your service ecosystem. A successful COO knows the importance of nurturing these relationships. Establish regular check-ins with your key partners. Track their performance based on service level agreements, or SLAs, and provide constructive feedback. When your partners perform well, it positively impacts your business's efficiency and customer experience. And remember, a strong partnership isn't just about monitoring performance, it's about open communication. When you build trust with your vendors, they're more likely to go above and beyond for your team. A COO's effectiveness often comes down to communication. You're the bridge between the CEO's vision and the team's execution. To succeed, you need to clearly communicate goals, expectations, and progress. Practice transparent communication, especially during challenging times. Hold regular meetings to update the team on project status and encourage open dialogue. Your team needs to feel informed and valued, and clear communication fosters a sense of direction. Plus, being a great communicator builds credibility. When people know they can rely on you to deliver clear and consistent messages, they'll be more confident in your leadership. A COO is only as strong as their team. Investing in your team's growth is one of the most impactful ways to boost overall performance. Create opportunities for training, mentorship, and skill building. Not only does this improve team performance, but it also builds loyalty and increases retention. When employees feel like their development matters, they're more committed to their roles. Consider implementing a quarterly training program or mentorship initiative to help team members build new skills that align with their goals and the company's growth strategy. Last but not least, a great COO balances the day-to-day operations with long-term strategic goals. This can be tricky, especially in a small team, where you're often pulled in many directions. Set aside dedicated time each week for strategic planning. Whether it's forecasting, market research, or new initiatives, this time is crucial for pushing the company forward. Remember, while daily tasks keep the business running, it's the long-term strategy that drives growth. And when you're clear on the strategic direction, you're better equipped to communicate priorities to your team, helping everyone stay aligned and focused. To recap, becoming a better COO isn't just about managing tasks, it's about leading people, driving process improvement, and aligning day-to-day operations with the bigger picture. By mastering operations, prioritizing process improvements, building a culture of accountability, using data to make decisions, and investing in your team, you're setting up yourself and your organization for success. Thanks for tuning in to our episode on becoming a better COO. Stay connected for more insights, and if you found this episode helpful, be sure to share and subscribe. Here's to leading with impact and taking your COO skills to the next level. Welcome back to our leadership training series. Today, we're diving into one of the most important and challenging tasks for a chief operating officer, especially in a small ISO with no current processes in place. This episode is all about creating and managing process flows from scratch. If you're looking to bring structure, efficiency, and clarity to your organization, stay tuned. Building process flows from scratch can seem overwhelming. So, the first step? Start with the big picture. Identify the core functions that keep your business running. For an ISO, these might include sales operations, customer service, merchant onboarding, and compliance. List each main function and for each, ask, what's the goal? Who is responsible? What's the outcome we're aiming for? By clarifying the big picture, you create a roadmap that will guide every process you build moving forward. Next, let's take stock of any informal practices that already exist. Even if there are no documented processes, teams often develop their own ways to get things done. Interview key team members and map out these routines. Ask questions to identify gaps, bottlenecks, or pain points. Maybe the merchant onboarding process is inconsistent, or customer service has no clear guidelines. Gathering this information will give you a baseline to start building efficient, streamlined processes. Now it's time to map out these workflows visually. Use simple flowcharts to illustrate each step of a process. You don't need specialized software, even tools like Google Docs or Microsoft Visio can be effective. Create a flowchart for each core function, detailing every step from start to finish. For example, in a sales process, begin with lead generation, move through follow-ups, and end at deal closure. This visual clarity allows you to spot inefficiencies and see where improvements are possible. Now that the flow is mapped out, the next step is assigning roles and responsibilities. Every step in a process should have an accountable person or team. This clarity prevents miscommunication and keeps processes moving smoothly. Document who is responsible for each stage. For example, if merchant onboarding requires several steps, designate one team member as the owner of each task. Clear roles mean fewer drop balls and more ownership across your team. With your flowcharts and roles established, it's time to document each process in detail. Think of this as creating a manual for how each function operates. Include a step-by-step breakdown, expected outcomes, and any tools needed to complete the tasks. Documentation makes processes repeatable and helps new team members get up to speed quickly. Start with a simple format that includes headings like objective, steps, tools, and outcome. Over time, you can add more detail and refine the document as the process matures. Next, you'll need a way to track how well these processes are performing. Set up basic KPIs like onboarding time, customer satisfaction scores, or sales conversion rates. By monitoring performance, you'll know where adjustments are needed. Schedule regular check-ins, weekly or monthly, to review these KPIs. Are certain steps taking longer than expected? Are handoffs between team members smooth? Use the data to refine and improve each process flow. Process building doesn't have to be perfect from day one. Start small with the core functions and build gradually. Each time you roll out a new process, observe how it's working and ask your team for feedback. Continuous improvement is key. As your team becomes comfortable with new processes, you'll find new ways to make them more efficient. Small tweaks over time can lead to major improvements in how smoothly your operations run. Finally, encourage your team to follow these new processes consistently. Building a strong process culture takes time, but it's worth it. Highlight the benefits of consistency, such as reduced errors, smoother workflows, and improved job satisfaction. Make sure every team member understands why these processes matter. When everyone follows the process, the entire team operates with greater clarity and efficiency. To recap, starting from scratch with no existing processes may seem daunting, but by taking it step by step, you can create a structured, efficient operation. Remember, begin with the big picture. Map out current practices, document and visualize each step, assign roles, monitor performance, and build gradually. Consistent processes aren't just about efficiency, they create a foundation for growth and stability. Thanks for joining us today on this journey to better process management. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to share it with other COOs or team leaders looking to bring more structure to their operations. Until next time, keep building and keep refining. Now it's time to map out these workflows visually. This step involves creating simple, easy-to-follow flowcharts for each core process. Flowcharts help bring clarity, so everyone can see each step from start to finish. And the great news? You don't need specialized software for this. Google Docs, PowerPoint, or even a free online tool like Lucidchart can work perfectly. For an ISO, sales are a core process. Let's take an example of the sales workflow from lead generation all the way to closing a deal. Visualizing each step helps ensure that no leads fall through the cracks. Lead generation. Start the flowchart with lead generation. This could represent sources like inbound inquiries, cold calls, or email marketing. Each source should connect to the next step, lead qualification. Lead qualification. From there, lead qualification is crucial. This step might involve initial phone screens or automated tools that assess the lead's suitability. For example, qualifying criteria could include business size, location, or industry type. Follow-up and nurturing. Qualified leads then move to follow-up and nurturing. If you have a dedicated sales team, you can set specific touch points like an email within 24 hours and a phone call within 3 days. Document these steps with timeframes and have them loop back if no response is received after initial follow-up. Demo and proposal. When a lead is ready to learn more, they progress to demo and proposal. Here, you may set up a product demo or send a proposal. If the lead doesn't respond, they might loop back to the nurturing stage for further follow-up. Contract and close. Lastly, leads who are ready to buy go through the contract and close stage. Once the contract is signed, the process concludes and the customer is onboarded. This sales process is now visualized from start to finish. By reviewing this flowchart, you might spot a gap like leads that aren't followed up promptly or are stalled at the demo stage. Let's look at a merchant onboarding workflow. Mapping out this process is essential because onboarding sets the tone for the entire merchant relationship. Application received. The onboarding process begins when the merchant's application is received from sales. Application received is the first box in the flowchart. Documentation verification. The next step, documentation verification, is crucial. Here, documents like the merchant's ID, business license, and bank details are verified. Make sure to include check for completeness as a sub-step to prevent delays. Underwriting. Verified documents then go to underwriting. This may involve background checks, financial reviews, and fraud checks. Since this is a decision point, the flowchart might branch out here. If the application is approved, the flow moves forward. If denied, it returns to sales. Account setup. Approved applications then go to account setup. At this stage, payment processing accounts, Clover equipment configurations, and the merchant's portal access are created. Customer training. With the account set up, it's time for customer training. Training could be virtual or in person, depending on your business model. This is a critical step for ensuring merchants feel comfortable with their setup. Follow-up and support handoff. Lastly, the process concludes with follow-up and support handoff. Merchants are introduced to the support team and given access to resources like troubleshooting guides and contact info. This flowchart shows a clear journey from application to support handoff. With this map, you might identify areas where onboarding slows down. Maybe underwriting takes too long, or there are repeated back and forths in documentation verification. Finally, let's look at a customer service workflow. For many ISOs, customer service is the front line of the business, so having a clear process here is vital. Inquiry received. The process begins with inquiry received, capturing the issue from the customer via phone, email, or chat. Issue triage. Next, the inquiry moves to issue triage. Here, issues are classified by urgency, say level 1 for major outages and level 2 for routine questions. Resolution assignment. Based on the triage, resolution assignment assigns the issue to the right person. For example, technical issues go to IT support, while billing goes to finance. Resolution process. Assigned teams then follow a resolution process tailored to each type of issue. For example, IT support might have a checklist to verify connection and hardware issues before moving forward. Escalation path. If the issue can't be resolved quickly, it goes into the escalation path. This is crucial for prioritizing urgent issues or situations needing higher-level intervention. Close and feedback. Finally, the issue concludes with close and feedback. The customer confirms that the issue is resolved and feedback is collected. In this customer service flowchart, you can see where having clear paths for issue classification and escalation would streamline the experience. Using flowcharts to visualize workflows clarifies each step and identifies potential issues before they become problems. In each of these examples, sales, onboarding, and customer service, mapping the flow provides a foundation for consistent, smooth operations. So try these techniques, adjust as needed. Starting small with core functions. Process building doesn't have to be perfect from day one. Starting small and targeting the core functions will help you implement manageable improvements. Step 1. Choose one core function to begin with. Start by selecting one high-impact function that directly affects business operations and efficiency. For example, sales follow-up process. If your team struggles with timely lead follow-ups, that's a core process that affects revenue. Merchant onboarding process. For many ISOs, onboarding is critical to merchant satisfaction and retention. If this process is inconsistent, it can lead to frustration. Step 2. Map out the current workflow. Even if there is no official process, team members often have an informal routine. Gather information by observing or asking your team what steps they follow for onboarding. Example, steps for merchant onboarding. Application intake. Application is received and reviewed. Document collection ID, business license, and banking details are collected. Review and verification. All documents are checked for accuracy and completeness. System setup. Payment processing and POS configurations are created. Merchant training. The customer receives training on using the system. Step 3. Set basic goals for each step. Define a specific outcome for each step. This will serve as a benchmark to assess if each part of the process achieves its purpose. Example goals for each step. Application intake. Ensure that 100% of applications are acknowledged within 24 hours. Document collection. Collect all necessary documents within 3 days of application. Review and verification. Verify documents within 2 days to avoid delays. System setup. Complete system setup within 24 hours of verification. Merchant training. Conduct a 1-hour training session within 48 hours of setup. Step 4. Document each step with clear instructions. Write out each part of the workflow in simple, actionable language. Use checklists to ensure consistency. Example documentation for merchant onboarding. Application intake, checklist. Acknowledge application within 24 hours. Verify applicant information with sales rep. Document collection checklist. Request required documents by email with a follow-up reminder after 2 days. Verify ID, business license, and banking information. Review and verification checklist. Complete verification steps for each document. Step 5. Implement and test the process. Roll out the new onboarding process with a small group or for a limited number of customers. Make it clear that you're testing a new workflow and ask team members to note any challenges they encounter. Example of testing the process. Start with the next 5 new merchants. Document their experience from application intake to follow-up. Step 6. Review performance and gather feedback. As your team starts using the new process, monitor how well it's working. Collect feedback from team members regularly. Ask what parts felt efficient and what created friction. Use this feedback to identify areas for improvement. After testing the new process, check if each goal was met. If not, note where issues occurred. This could involve formal feedback sessions or informal check-ins with team members. Example, questions for feedback. Was each step clear and easy to follow? Did any step take longer than expected? Why? Were there any gaps or redundancies in the process? Step 7. Refine the process. Use the feedback to make small adjustments. For example, if document verification was delayed, you might create a quick reference checklist for required document criteria. If setup time was too long, set up templates in your system that speed up data entry. Make these tweaks incrementally so you don't overwhelm the team with too many changes at once. Step 8. Monitor key metrics and repeat the cycle track KPIs like the time taken for each step, customer satisfaction, and any drop-off rates. Schedule regular reviews, monthly, quarterly, etc., to revisit the process and make small changes as needed. If customer satisfaction improved after adding a follow-up call, keep that change. If bottlenecks continue, investigate deeper causes. Processes can and should evolve over time. Encourage your team to share feedback and always be open to tweaks and improvements. Over time, these small adjustments will lead to smoother operations and a culture that values efficiency and quality. Starting from scratch doesn't mean everything has to be perfect immediately. By starting small, mapping workflows, setting goals, and refining based on real experiences, you'll build strong processes that benefit your business over the long term.